I know you don't. I know you don't. I know you don't.
And I told him I'm gonna make this the greatest gangster of all times. I will raise this child to torture you the way that you tortured me. I promise you, there will be an indictment in this young one. Think I ain't spoke to my son? Think I ain't told my son, his mama, and his grandmamas? He's going to prison.
Said a while ago when T.I.'s son King was getting a lot of flack and a lot of heat in the media, that to me he just looked like a young kid that wanted to prove to his father that he was a man.
Tiny and T.I.'s marriage has always been a roller coaster, but now whispers are flying that everything might finally be falling apart. And this time, it's all because of their son, King Harris. After King's alleged arrest sparked headlines, rumors started swirling that T.I. shockingly turned his back on him. And in the ultimate twist, Tiny may have decided she's done for good. Welcome back to Celebrity Sip Channel, where you get the best gossip on the internet. Smash that subscribe button, and let's dive into the tea. Tiny and T.I.'s relationship has never been short of drama. And to really understand why these new rumors are shaking the internet, you have to look back at their complicated history together. The two first met in the early 2000s, with T.I. already making a name for himself in hip-hop and Tiny known for her success with the R&B group Escape. What started as a high-profile romance soon became one of the most talked-about relationships in the industry. In 2010, they made it official by tying the knot in a lavish Miami ceremony, cementing themselves as one of hip-hop's power couples. But behind the glitz and glamour, things were never truly smooth. Over the years, both T.I. and Tiny have been no strangers to public controversies, legal battles, and messy headlines. One of the biggest cracks in their marriage came in 2016, when Tiny actually filed for divorce. At the time, reports claimed the two were struggling with infidelity rumors, constant arguments, and the pressures of living life under the spotlight. Fans were convinced that was the end of their marriage, especially as tabloids painted a picture of betrayal and resentment. Yet, despite everything, the couple ended up reconciling. Tiny later explained in interviews that no matter what happened, there was still love between them, and it seemed like they were determined to keep their family together. For many, that reconciliation was proof of just how strong their bond was, even when the odds were stacked against them. Still, it set a pattern. Drama would surface, talk of divorce would spread, but somehow the pair always found their way back to each other. Over time, however, even their reconciliations couldn't fully silence the rumors. Social media became a breeding ground for speculation, with fans dissecting every post, every live stream, and every public appearance for signs of trouble. T.I. and Tiny became one of those couples where people expected drama, and gossip channels thrived on feeding those expectations. Beyond their marriage, the Harris family as a whole has been in the spotlight. With their reality show, T.I. and Tiny, The Family Hustle, viewers got an inside look at their household, including their children. While the show brought entertainment and gave fans a sense of connection to the family, it also opened the door to even more scrutiny. The Harris kids grew up in front of cameras, and King Harris in particular quickly became a polarizing figure online, known for his outspoken personality, viral live streams, and headline-grabbing behavior. King often became the subject of gossip all on his own. This backdrop of family drama, public scrutiny, and a marriage that has always walked the fine line between love and collapse is exactly why the new divorce rumors have caught so much attention. For longtime fans, it feels like history repeating itself. But this time, the whispers suggest things might be even messier, with the family dynamic itself now at the center of speculation. King Harris has never been the type to shy away from attention, and that's partly why he's been at the center of so many viral stories over the past few years. From heated live streams where he clapped back at critics, to public spats that seemed to confirm his rebellious streak, King has built a reputation as one of the most outspoken celebrity kids in the industry. But things took a more serious turn when news began spreading online about an alleged arrest. Social media quickly latched onto the story, with blogs and gossip pages running wild with claims about what happened. Some insisted it was just a misunderstanding, while others painted it as the latest example of King's wild child behavior spiraling out of control. What made the situation even more explosive was the claim that T.I. himself had allegedly disowned his son in response. Screenshots, quotes, and unverified posts started circulating, suggesting that T.I. felt King's actions were too embarrassing for the family and that he had distanced himself from him. For fans who've watched the Harris family for years, the idea of a father disowning his child seemed extreme, but the rumor was too juicy for the internet to ignore. To make matters worse, King himself has often fed into speculation with his own comments. In past live sessions, he's thrown shade at his parents, hinting at tension behind the scenes. Clips of him speaking out about how he was raised or pushing back against his parents' discipline only fueled the belief that all was not well in the Harris household. When the arrest rumor surfaced, many viewers connected the dots and assumed the family was truly falling apart. The whispers grew louder. If T.I. had really cut ties with King, how would Tiny react? That's when the narrative shifted, with claims that Tiny was furious and ready to pull the plug on her marriage once and for all. Some blogs even suggested that Tiny felt T.I. had crossed a line by turning his back on their child, and that for a mother, that was unforgivable. It's important to remember, though, that so much of this is based on speculation. Neither T.I., Tiny, nor King have gone on record with official statements confirming these claims. But in the world of celebrity gossip, facts sometimes take a backseat to drama, and this story had all the ingredients. A troubled son, a father accused of disowning him, and a mother who might be seeking revenge in the form of divorce. Whether true or not, the narrative was irresistible for fans and gossip channels alike. And as the story spread, it set the stage for the next chapter in the Harris family saga. What Tiny was allegedly about to do in response. As the rumors about King Harris's alleged arrest and T.I.'s supposed decision to distance himself from his son began to swirl, the spotlight quickly shifted to Tiny. The whispers claimed that Tiny had reached her breaking point and was preparing to serve divorce papers as the ultimate act of retaliation. For fans who followed her journey, this wasn't entirely out of character. Tiny has always been portrayed as the glue holding the Harris family together, balancing her role as a mother with the constant turbulence of being married to one of hip-hop's most outspoken figures. So, when speculation began suggesting that Tiny was no longer willing to tolerate T.I.'s choices, it immediately grabbed attention. The claims spread fast. Gossip pages alleged she had already spoken to lawyers, while some blogs went as far as to say she had divorce papers drawn up and ready to deliver. Others pushed the story further, hinting that Tiny was not only leaving, but doing so specifically to punish T.I. for betraying their son. This framing painted the rumored divorce as less about marital problems and more about a mother defending her child, which made it all the more dramatic. Adding fuel to the fire, social media users dug up old clips and interviews where Tiny admitted she had once filed for divorce, but decided to reconcile. Those resurfaced as evidence that Tiny always reaches her limit, but this time it's final. Fans began debating whether this was truly the end or just another chapter in the couple's on-again, off-again saga. Some pointed to the fact that Tiny and T.I. have weathered scandals before, from infidelity allegations to major legal issues, and always managed to circle back to each other. Skeptics argued that this might just be another round of tabloid exaggeration. Still, the timing of the rumors made them hit harder. With King Harris already being a polarizing figure online, the idea that his struggles could be tearing the family apart resonated with fans who'd been watching him grow up on television and Instagram. Suddenly, this wasn't just about T.I. and Tiny's marriage. It was about a family fracturing in the public eye. To make things murkier, neither Tiny nor T.I. addressed the divorce speculation directly, leaving a vacuum that gossip channels were quick to fill. In celebrity culture, silence often speaks louder than words, and many took their lack of denial as quiet confirmation that something was brewing behind the scenes. Whether or not the legal papers exist, the narrative that Tiny was finally done with T.I., this time as payback for King, was too juicy for fans to ignore. And as the story spread, it left everyone wondering, if this is true, what comes next for the Harris family empire? While the idea of Tiny finally pulling the plug on her marriage to T.I. has captured headlines, it's important to pause and look at what we actually know versus what's just rumor. In today's age of clickbait, it doesn't take much for a story to spiral into something bigger than reality. The claim that T.I. disowned King Harris after his alleged arrest hasn't been backed up by any official documents or credible statements. What we've seen instead are fragments. Viral posts on Instagram, snippets of live streams, and gossip blogs repeating each other until it begins to feel like fact. That's not to say the Harris family doesn't have real issues. Plenty of their personal struggles have played out in public before, but there's a difference between documented reality and online speculation. For starters, there are no public records confirming divorce filings in recent months. If Tiny had truly filed, it would have been picked up by larger outlets that typically cover celebrity legal matters. The absence of those reports raises questions about whether this narrative is more about sensational storytelling than actual proceedings. Then there's the claim that T.I. disowned King. That's a heavy word. And while fans have pointed to heated moments between father and son, we don't have direct evidence of T.I. cutting his child off completely. It's possible that any harsh comments were taken out of context or exaggerated to fit a juicier story. King himself has been known to speak candidly and stir the pot online. So mixing his outspoken nature with fan speculation creates a perfect storm of gossip that may not fully match the truth. Social media also thrives on amplifying conflict, especially when it involves a famous family like the Harrises. Every side-eye in a video clip, every unfollow on Instagram, every vague post gets spun into a narrative of betrayal or revenge. Fans dissect body language and lyrics, turning tiny details into evidence of an unfolding scandal. In that sense, the rumor mill isn't just reporting on the Harris family, it's actively creating the drama. What makes these rumors particularly believable to many is the couple's track record. Because Tiny has filed for divorce before, people assume she could do it again at any moment. Because T.I. and King have had public arguments, the idea of a father-son fallout doesn't sound far-fetched. It's almost as if their past struggles serve as fuel for new speculation, giving gossip outlets just enough foundation to build a story that feels real, even without proof. At the end of the day, the lack of official confirmation leaves us in a gray area. Maybe there's truth behind the whispers, or maybe it's just another exaggerated narrative designed to keep the Harris family trending. Either way, the uncertainty only adds to the intrigue, and fans can't seem to look away. When it comes to the Harris family, rumors and controversy aren't new. If anything, they've become part of the brand. To understand why the latest divorce whispers gained so much traction, you have to look at the couple's long history of drama and the way it's always played out in public. Over the years, T.I. and Tiny have faced everything from cheating allegations to full-blown legal battles, and every time the public has been right there to watch. Back in 2016, when Tiny filed for divorce the first time, the news exploded because it confirmed what many fans already suspected. Their relationship wasn't as perfect as it looked. For months, blogs ran stories about possible infidelity, heated arguments, and behind-the-scenes tension. Yet, despite the paperwork, the couple found their way back together. That reconciliation set a precedent. Whenever drama struck, people assumed they'd eventually patch things up, no matter how messy it looked. But those past issues also made it easier for new rumors to stick. Anytime a shaky video or cryptic social media post surfaced, it fit neatly into the narrative that their marriage was always hanging by a thread. Beyond the marriage itself, both T.I. and Tiny have individually been at the center of scandals. A few years ago, serious allegations surfaced against the couple, sparking headlines and heated debates online. While many of those claims were later dismissed or never proven in court, the damage to their public image was undeniable. For a while, it seemed like every week brought a new headline about what they had supposedly done, and even when the legal dust settled, the stigma lingered. Add to that T.I.'s own history of arrests, controversies over his outspoken opinions, and viral moments where he clashed with fans or even family members. And it's easy to see why people believe the worst when fresh rumors pop up. On the other side, Tiny has often been portrayed as the long-suffering partner who puts up with more than she should, which feeds into the idea that one day she might finally snap and walk away. Then there's the role of their reality show, T.I. and Tiny, The Family Hustle, which gave audiences a front-row seat to their personal lives. While the show was meant to highlight their family dynamic and success, it also gave viewers a glimpse into the cracks, arguments on camera, tension between parents and kids, and moments that felt unfiltered. Once fans have seen that side of a celebrity couple, it's hard to go back to believing in the polished version. All of this creates a cycle. Past drama fuels new rumors reignite interest in old scandals, and the couple's name stays in the headlines whether they like it or not. The latest talk of divorce might not be confirmed, but because of everything T.I. and Tiny have been through publicly, it doesn't take much for fans to assume history is repeating itself. If the rumors are true and Tiny is seriously considering divorce as payback for T.I.'s alleged decision to distance himself from King, the question becomes, what's really driving her? From the outside, it may seem like a simple case of a mother standing up for her child, but in reality, there could be multiple layers of motivation at play. First, there's the obvious maternal instinct. Tiny has always been vocal about protecting her kids, and fans have seen countless examples of her stepping into that role. If she feels T.I. truly crossed a line with King, whether by words, actions, or lack of support, and filing for divorce could be seen as her way of taking a stand. To a mother, loyalty to her children often outweighs loyalty to a partner, and that narrative resonates deeply with audiences who value family unity above all else. Then there's the issue of pride and public image. Tiny has been in T.I.'s shadow for much of their marriage, often portrayed as the more forgiving, patient partner. If she were to finally leave, especially over something as explosive as T.I. disowning their son, it would flip that script. She wouldn't just be the woman who endured years of controversy. She'd be the mother who drew a line in the sand. That kind of move could win her a wave of public sympathy and shift the way people talk about her legacy. On another level, money and power dynamics could play a role. T.I. and Tiny have built not only a family, but also a business empire together, from reality TV to music projects. A divorce would obviously complicate that, but it could also give Tiny the chance to carve out her own independence financially and professionally. For years, some fans have speculated that she tolerated certain behavior from T.I. to keep the brand strong. Walking away now, tied to a dramatic story of betrayal, could be her chance to step into the spotlight on her own terms. It's also worth considering the possibility of emotional exhaustion. Relationships that go through constant cycles of drama and reconciliation eventually take their toll. Tiny has already filed for divorce once before, which means she's demonstrated she's capable of reaching a breaking point. If the rumors are true, this could be less about one isolated incident and more about years of frustration boiling over, with King's situation serving as the final straw. Of course, all of this remains speculation until confirmed, but it's easy to see why fans believe Tiny might finally be ready to cut ties. When a mother, a wife, and a business partner all converge in one person, the motivations are rarely simple. And if divorce papers really are on the table, the ripple effects would reach far beyond just her marriage. It could redefine the entire Harris family dynamic. With all the noise surrounding Tiny and T.I., the biggest question fans are asking is what comes next. If the divorce rumors are real, the fallout could be massive. Not just for their relationship, but for the entire Harris family. One of the first things people will be watching for is any official confirmation. Court filings, legal documents, or even a direct statement from Tiny or T.I. would instantly turn speculation into fact. Until then, every Instagram post, every interview, and every live stream will be scrutinized for hidden meanings. Fans are already combing through their social media pages, looking for subtle clues, a missing ring, a cryptic caption, or even just silence where there used to be constant updates. Another angle to watch is how King Harris himself responds. As the supposed catalyst for this drama, King has a way of pouring gasoline on the fire through his live videos and outspoken comments. If he hints at tension between his parents or confirms parts of the story, it would give the rumors new credibility. On the flip side, if he downplays everything, it could calm the storm, or at least confuse it further. Either way, his voice will carry weight, because so much of the narrative centers around him. Beyond the immediate family, there's also the question of how this could impact their business ventures. T.I. and Tiny have built a brand together, from music to reality television, and their image as a couple has been a key part of their appeal. A split could throw all of that into chaos. Would Tiny try to launch her own projects independently? Would networks or sponsors distance themselves from the Harris name until the dust settles? In an industry where perception is everything, the answers could shape their future careers. Then there's the emotional ripple effect. Divorce in the public eye is never just about two people. It affects the children, extended family, and even the fan base that's invested in their story. The Harris kids, many of whom grew up in front of cameras, would once again find themselves caught in the glare of speculation. For Tiny and T.I., handling that fallout with grace could be just as important as dealing with the legal side. What makes the situation especially gripping is the uncertainty. Maybe the rumors are exaggerated, and the couple will once again prove resilient. Or maybe this time really is different, with Tiny ready to step away for good. Either way, the Harris family has never been able to escape the spotlight for long. Whether it's reconciliation or separation, the world will be watching closely, waiting for the next headline. And for fans who followed their story for over a decade, this might just be the most dramatic chapter yet. At the end of the day, whether these rumors are fact or just internet noise, one thing is clear. The Harris family will always have the world talking. Tiny and T.I.'s story is a mix of love, drama, and resilience, and this latest twist only adds to their legacy. What happens next could change everything, but for now, all we can do is watch and wait. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss the hottest tea from Celebrity Sip.
Alright, I need you to step out the vehicle.
What you want to do? You want to take my dad off my head?
Yes, sir.
There's one in the head.
Does your buddy have one as well?
It's guns in here.
Alright, just hang tight right here for me. Let me clear this. I don't want any accidental fires.
There's no safety. You got to take
There's no safety.
the clip out.
Well, I'm not going to mess around with that too much. Let me just set this down right here. Dude, step out for me. Yes, sir. Place your hands behind your back for me. Alright, right now you're just being detained. You're not under arrest. I'm going to be at the church. Alright, I appreciate you being cool, man. We're just going to take a look at this information, make sure it's valid.
I ain't tripping this.
Just take the step to the side for me.
Hitting me and getting in my comments, telling me what to tell King, okay? I know my son. Think I ain't spoke to my son? Think I ain't told my son, his mama, and his grandmamas, his ass going to prison. If you got to keep this up, his ass going to prison. Ain't no way around it. Ain't nothing I'm gonna be able to do about it. Can't nobody stop it but him. You know what I mean? I've already had the conversation. I've already made my peace with it. Because I know that energy. I was that energy. I know exactly how it's gonna turn out.
Stop talking to me. This ain't your restaurant. This ain't your restaurant. Everything you make, I can pull out my pocket right now. I ain't tripping on you. I ain't tripping. Get the hell out of my face. I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you. Who the hell is he? What's your name? My name King. You know it and your mama know it. Tell your mama Happy Mother's Day. Tell your mama Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. That file show. What? On game what? On game what? Come here. Come here. I'll show you what I do. Come here. I'll show you what I do. Come here. Come here.
To make him look better, he said he know not true. Silver spoon, I ain't never ate with that day a day in my life.
Nigga, you did have a silver spoon.
Look, Silver used to have to come to my grandma's house, because I'm getting in the fight.
You act like a baby to go to your grandmama's house.
Every day.
You used to hold your breath.
Every day.
I know you. I know you. I know you. I know you.
Shut up. Shut up.
I know you.
Ain't no
though.
mystery about here.
I know you though. I know you though.
Shut up.
I know you though. I know you. What's wrong with y'all? Why y'all doing that to me? Y'all know me. You know I stand on business.
So motherfucking 12 pull up and they say, hey, who do you belong to? Who raised their hand? Nobody got to raise their hand.
I've been seeing him around too here a lot.
You gonna raise your own hand?
I've been seeing him around too.
Huh?
Well, when you got drugs, it ain't.
I know that. Y'all got drugs around those legal guns. That called
It's not
possession of a firearm and commission of a crime, sir. That is a felony.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Father, so I got 2 grandchildren now.
Wow, congrats.
Yeah, I got 2 granddaughters. I got a grandson on the way.
Wow.
King's about to have a son.
King's about to have a son. Congrats.
Yeah. And I told him I'm gonna make this the greatest gangster of all times. I will raise this child to torture you the way that you tortured me. I promise you, there will be an indictment in this young one.
People hit me up like, King, I know you tired. You ain't getting no sleep. And the truth be told, before this little I ain't been getting no sleep. You know what I'm saying? I just been outside working, lifestyle. You know, lifestyle just lifing. You know what I'm saying? And but now I'm damn sure not getting no sleep. This up every morning, and then around the morning time he like to do that little live concert I be doing with him. And he like to walk around the house. So